Alright, now before anyone goes on and says I'm all homophobic for making this video, just want you guys to know, there's a gay person who asked me to do it. So, there you go. Alright, now with that being said, take us away.
Hi. So a topic that's been coming up a lot recently has been about the death of the character Lexa from the television show The 100.
You know, I actually considered watching that show once when I was thinking about some new TV shows to check out, but instead me and my younger sister settled on Supernatural.
For those of you who don't know, Lexa was a lesbian who was killed by the means of a stray bullet. It's been all over different social media sites, it's been on internet press outlets, it's even been popping up in the YouTube comments of our videos. Here's a fun fact, or not so fun fact. She's actually one of several queer characters who have been killed off this year, and it's only March.
And to that I have to reply, so? I mean, like, how many straight characters were killed off in House MD when it was still on television? I mean, how many straight characters are killed off in television in general? It's probably upwards in the hundreds. I mean, you can find hundreds of straight extras that are killed off without even a second thought. I mean, to the number of, what, 6 lesbians? I mean, I don't know. I think it kind of balances itself out. I mean, 6 queer people, hundreds and hundreds of straight people dead who weren't even relevant to the plot. I'm sorry, but I fail to care too much.
That's like some new f***ed up record or something. Do I think what happened was messed up? Absolutely. Do I think it's fair for people to be upset about this fictional deaths? Yeah, I do think it's fair.
No, personally, I agree on that point. Well, only if, depending on the circumstance. Like, if you care about the death of this Lexa character because you really like the character, then I can completely understand why you would be mad, you know? I mean, for example, I remember back in Season 5 of The Vampire Diaries, I thought Damon and Bonnie died, and I was legit going to be like, I'm not going to watch this show if Damon Salvatore is dead, right? He's my favorite character. So, I mean, yeah. And I remember in the same show, my favorite character, Jeremy Gilbert, he got killed by Silas, and I was a little upset about that. I mean, I made a Facebook post about it, and that was it. I didn't really think about it all too much after that. I mean, I was a little upset, but it didn't fuck up my day or anything like that, you know? So I can understand why someone would be sad if one of their favorite fictional characters died, you know? I mean, I remember one time Spider-Man, you know, was gone for a little while, right? He got possessed by Doc Ock and became the superior Spider-Man. You know, I made a Facebook post about that, and then I went about the rest of my life. I get it. But if you're sad that a character who likes having sex with women, who's also a woman, is dead, well, you can get all the fuck out of here, that bullshit. I mean, she's gay. And
Now, a quick disclaimer. I never watched the show 100.
I take that back. Now I have a problem with you being upset. You didn't even know the character. All you know is that the character was a lesbian. You have zero emotional investment. Why are you upset? You should be at least apathetic, if anything.
The show personally never interested me, and I don't know about others, but there was a huge red flag from the very start of Lexa. I stepped away because everything about it came off sketchy, from the sweet kiss to the person who created it, a straight white male writer.
No, man. God forbid straight white men write movies. Although, from little I know about the plot, it actually kind of makes a little good sense that she didn't get to stick around too much. Nah, no, before you guys start, you know, calling me mean names, I mean, let's think about the plot of the show 100. From what I know from the synopsis, 100 kids or teenagers are put back on Earth after a couple 100,000 years or so to see if the planet is inhabitable. Is it really wise to have a homosexual in that group of people, you know, someone who's not gonna fucking reproduce? And, you know, I know, apparently I hate gay people for thinking logically, I apologize for that. Maybe I should, you know, stop being so logical about the shit that goes on, even in television shows. Continue.
Some of you may be asking, well, what does his race have to do with anything? To which I say, if you even have to ask me that question, check your privilege.
Okay, I'm about to check my privilege, guys. I get to use the word nigger and nigga without too many people jumping down my throat. That's it. That's kind of all I get from being a nigga.
If you're right, you were born into privilege. Like, end of story, that's non-debatable.
You know, I have a little bit of a problem. with that. You know, because it's almost like a really, really covert way of being racist. Like, I know, maybe I think too complexly about this because I'm an arrogant bastard, but whenever people in general, especially white people, say they have white privilege, it's like a covert way of them saying, I'm better than you. And I'm checking my privilege to acknowledge that I'm better than you. And to that I have to say, fuck off, whitey. You're not better than me because you have white skin. Get that bullshit out of here. You're a man just like me. That's how I feel. I just don't really like the concept of white privilege. Considering the fact that it only exists in an environment where the vast majority of people are either white and are racist. And in all actuality, I don't really think the vast majority of white people are even racist. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Chalk that up to that whole arrogant thing I was just talking about.
If you're straight, you also have privilege.
And what privilege is that? Oh, I know. I have the privilege of conceiving children naturally. Is that what my privilege is? I just thought being straight was kind of a matter of consequence. After all, I was just born this way, which means it's not really like I can do much about it. And since there's not much I can do about it, I'm not going to waste any amount of time thinking about my straight privilege, considering the fact that I probably don't really have much of any.
If you're male, you've got privilege coming out of your ass.
And what privilege would that be? The privilege of getting rejected 150,000 times before one woman gives you the time of day? If that's a privilege, shit, you can have it. Fuck out of here.
When you're all three of these things in America, you're f***ing Jack on the Titanic with your arms out screaming, I'm the king of the world, but instead of freezing to death and falling to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, your ass is placed in a lifeboat with Wi-Fi, a TV, and a never-ending supply of food and water.
Well, that's only if you have a lot of money. I mean, if you're straight, white, and an American, and you don't have a lot of money, you're kind of in the same boat as everybody else. Which is why I'm really confused as to how poor white people can be racist, considering the fact that they're no better than poor black people. It don't make no damn sense to me.
When you have someone wrapped up in that warm blanket of privilege right for a community that's freezing their asses off, it's a recipe for disaster.
Even if he's an ally? Because if he is an ally, all you're doing is proving that you people just can't be satisfied.
And it shouldn't be that way. I like to place straight people into 3 different categories.
Wait a minute. Are you gay? Because if you are gay, let me just say, that's right disappointing, because you are one very attractive young lady. Oh man, why does that happen? I notice that sometimes. Like, some of the most attractive people just end up playing for the opposite team, and I'm like, so why? Why has spouse forsaken me? Oh wait, we're doing. I don't know. What are your categories? Go ahead.
First category are the ignorant ones. Some of us are ignorant, and there's nothing wrong with that. People like to think of the word ignorant with a negative connotation, but formally it just means a lack of knowledge.
Lacking knowledge is a pretty negative thing. And I'm not saying that to be snarky. I'm saying that because it's reasonable that it has a negative connotation. It's not very good.
Second category are those of us who are willing to listen and learn. Those of us in the second category use our privilege and our platform to allow those who are screaming with no results to speak with a megaphone.
Wait, you said those of us. So does that mean that you're not gay? Because if so, yeah, go ahead. You keep that not being gay thing up. And yes, I know, viewer, I know I'm being very homophobic right now, and I apologize. Probably go flog myself when I'm done recording the video.
Third category are the dumbasses. These ones are either blatant with not giving a damn, or they're sneaky with it, and they use the community to get ahead.
Oh, you mean like most of the liberals on Facebook, who only talk about gay people because they want to look cool. You know, it's interesting because when I was, how old was I? I was like 15. I actually had that thought once. I thought to myself, you know, are all of these people really for gay rights? Because, I mean, I thought logically back then, I mean, like, what rights do gay people not have? I mean, right? That's what I was thinking. But then a lot of people were only talking about how they're all for gay rights and all of that, just so they look cool in front of their peers. And they didn't really care. And this is proof and evidence that they only talked about this shit on Facebook. They didn't have any conversation anywhere else, other than where a bunch of people can see how liberal and amazing they are. So yeah, lady, I'm not really surprised. Although I can't really put those people under the category of dumbass, because it's actually rather intelligent to use the foolishness of other people around you to prop yourself up. But yeah, just disagreement in terms there, really, not disagreement in concept.
Writing team and showrunners who hook an audience and then kill off an LGBT character are the sneaky ones.
You know, person, lady, I don't want you to get the wrong idea here that I dislike you in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I don't really know you, and you look pretty good. I mean, so I have no real ill will towards you, but I have to say, that's a remarkably stupid thought. I mean, seriously, why in the John Brown College fudge would they kill off a character knowing that they're about to lose a huge chunk of their audience? I mean, sure, maybe it didn't have something to do with the actor themselves, didn't want to come back to the show. I mean, that happens quite a bit. Sometimes the actor or the actress is like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, and they leave. Like Allison from Teen Wolf. Allison, the person who played Allison, was like, look, I'm fucking 28, can't play a 17-year-old forever. I want out. And then they killed her off, and then she was out. It's not because they didn't like Allison. It's not because no one liked Allison as a character. I loved Allison. It was because the actress didn't want to do it anymore. You think maybe that's possible? Maybe the actress just didn't want to play on the TV show no more? Nah, no, no, obviously it's because people hate gay people, obviously.
They've been using the same formula for years. Hook the audience with a gimmick, showcase the character, gain the die-hard loyal fan base, kill the character or the storyline after getting the desired viewership. They know the community is thirsty for representation, but more importantly, they know that that community has the ability to launch their show higher in numbers for demo and views. Speaking from personal experience, I'd say it's hard to find a fan base that is as loyal as the LGBT community.
Yeah, right. Have you seen Twilight fans? Are you saying that most of those people are loyal? And what about those Supernatural fans on Tumblr? Those people aren't loyal? Mm-hmm. And also, I have to ask, like, do you really, like, think this? Because, I mean, for starters, one, it's a business. Like, these people don't actually care about you. They just care about their bottom line. And two, once again, why would they kill off their character if it brings them an audience? Like, does that make sense in your mind?
They don't get to see themselves on television a lot. Now, people outside of a minority community, they can't understand this. They can't grasp what it means to have visibility because they take their representation and their visibility for granted.
You know, I'm probably going to catch some heat for this, but I'm going to say it because no one else is saying it. But I've noticed this trend of some homosexuals who make the entire crux of their existence revolve around the fact that they're gay. And I don't get it. Like, I don't make my entire life revolve around the fact that I want to have sex with a woman. I mean, sure, maybe some gay people can throw their press card somewhere out there, but even then, I don't care if that's the case as to why you do it. It's still, like inconsequential to anything. I mean, if you're born gay, you've got nothing to be proud of because it's just a matter of consequence. I mean, if you chose to be gay, then you can throw the whole "I'm proud." But if you're born that way, you didn't do anything noteworthy. You just kind of existed. And second, if you're born gay, then you've got really nothing to celebrate. So why do so many gay people make being gay the whole crux of their being? Now, see, this is a point that's relevant, not because I hate gay people. I don't have any real problem with them. But I'm making this a point because I've noticed that this girl is only talking about the fact that these characters are gay. She's not talking about how they're intelligent, wise, courageous, or brave, or anything that makes a character. She's just talking about their sexuality. And to that I have to say, well, isn't there like more important things that you care about when it comes to representation other than the fact that someone looks like you? What about the actual character, the stories, what they go through, them growing and becoming better people? Does that not matter to you? Because it matters to me.
I mean, they'll say stupid shit like, what? They're turning her gay? God. Now this whole show is gonna be gay. It's f***ing gay agenda. Excuse me, but one lesbian out of your 20 straight characters and all of a sudden the show is gay? I've even seen some people say stuff like, it's just a television show, grow the f*** up! Yeah, because television has never left a major influence or impact on pop culture. You're right, it's just television.
Not that I'm disagreeing with you, pretty individual. However, that's not really a counterpoint to what they're saying. I mean, they're saying that the show is inconsequential to reality. I mean, yes, a homosexual died, but there are millions of straight people who die on television all the time. Probably not literally, but at least thousands. And, I mean, that's probably not even including, like, the extras that get, like, caught in the crossfire. I mean, thousands and thousands of straight people are dead. At least the homosexual people were important. Think about all those men who got gunned down because they were, contracted to the bad guy. I'm just saying.
They don't understand. They can't grasp it. They can't grasp why representation, visibility is important. So let me try to help. Let's set up a scenario here. We have Johnny and his two mothers. They're watching TV and they see a straight couple kiss on the television. Johnny turns to his mom and says, "Mom, how come we never see two mommies kiss on TV?" To which the mother has to say, "Oh no, Johnny, there's somebody just like mommy right there." Oh, she's dead. She's dead, but still, that she was there.
Well, let me just say two things to that. Point number one, well, I mean, like, have you ever seen the show The Fosters? I mean, those two women are gay and they kiss each other all the time. Pretty sure it's not all that difficult nowadays to find homosexuals, you know, doing homosexual stuff. And point number two, why can't mommy say, well, think about it, kid. You exist because of two heterosexual people, and the vast majority of people are heterosexual, so they're just kind of pandering to the vast majority of their audience. It's not that other people like you and mommy don't exist, son. It's just business, you know? To be honest, they don't really care about heterosexual people either. They just care about, you know, money. So it's okay, Johnny. You know, I mean, you see us every day. You'll be all right. Why can't they say that? Or alternatively, they can say, well, Johnny, the love that those two heterosexual people is reflected in the love that me and your mother have, and thus we are represented. Think that's possible? Nah, of course not.
That's not right. It shouldn't be that way. Now, a straight person, they replenish. We're like f***ing cockroaches on TV. You could see us anywhere. If there was a TV atom bomb, we'd all survive, and the lesbian would die from a paper cut. That's how bad it's gotten. It's progressively getting worse. Just because you have one queer character on the show, you can't use that as like a quota fill. Like, oh, we've got our gay. She's good. Until next year, we're gonna kill her. Like, I don't even understand the line of thinking.
You know, you strike me as someone who's like on the cusp of self-awareness, but you're just not there yet. See, that's ridiculous. They wouldn't do that because it pulls in their audience. In other words, that scrizzle, that advertising revenue that they get from commercials.
My point is, those sneaky bastards can't get away with this anymore because of the growth of social media and YouTube and sites just like it. People are now given a platform to be able to drag your ass if you try to pull this kind of shit. And they should. Keep on dragging. They deserve it. But you don't deserve this kind of treatment. You deserve better.
Yeah, well, that's the end of her video and subsequently the end of mine. You want to know something that I found very interesting throughout the course of this video and all the other collective bitching from, you know, liberals and progressives and some, not all gay people, but some gay people? It's that when you treat a gay character like you treat a straight character, you know, their life is on the line and they could die at any moment. Or sometimes the actor or actress doesn't want to play the role anymore and they decide to leave, and so you kill the character off so they can't come back. Whenever you treat the gay person like a straight person, somehow it's homophobic. It's almost like you can't win with these people, huh? So with that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, you guys have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.